Howdy YouTube. Today I thought I'd do something different. Rather than viewing individual figures, I thought I'd show you guys my Carnage collection. So I'll start by taking a look at this guy, released in 2004. He's one of the earlier Carnage figures. Of course, the first Carnage figure, I believe, and I could be wrong, was as part of the animated series line, which was a really nice figure, really cool. And great appearance in the cartoon as well. This guy, I'm pretty sure, was based on that appearance, but appeared a little bit later as part of the 2003-2004 Spider-Man line. Really nice looking figure. If you haven't seen my individual review on him, make sure you check that out, along with the reviews on the other Carnage figures I'm going to show you as well. So pretty cool. He's got a weird ball-jointed shoulder arrangement, which makes it a little bit hard to set him up at times. So I'm not sure what the thought process by Toy Biz was in doing that, but he's still a really great looking figure. I love the color scheme on this guy. So next up we've got the same Spider-Man Carnage figure, but a later release. You can see the hands are pretty much identical. One obviously is painted solid black, which I was never really a big fan of. I always loved the I guess the hands on the earlier release Carnage that had the mix of the red and black. You can see he's pretty much the exact same. He's got the same articulation and everything. All they've really done is just made this figure, I guess, given him what looks like black boots, black hands, and then a different face sculpt. So I'll bring it forward so you guys can see and compare for yourselves. Both look really nice and are really well detailed. The earlier figure obviously looks a lot messier, but as I said in the review, being a Carnage figure, you can get away with it. So this one's slightly sleeker look. One thing I like on the earlier figure is that the joints are coloured in, as opposed to this later one where you've got bits of just plain red, which really breaks it up and I think ruins the figure a little bit. So that's a bit of a shame, but still both really rare and really cool Carnage figures. So next up we've got the Marvel Legends Carnage figure, and this one by far I think is one of the definitive Carnage figures ever released. He's got a great color scheme throughout. He's got a really good design where he's got the claw type fingers, but unlike the earlier ones, they're a little bit smaller, a little bit more manageable, which I love. And I love that he's got the bits of the symbionte coming off him, and they're actually detachable on the back as well, which I thought was just a fantastic addition to the figure, and it really elevates it and makes it something very awesome and very special. So really cool figure. The face isn't my favourite, if I'm honest. I do prefer both the earlier Carnage figure faces to this one, but still really nice detail. He's got the white eyes, which I love. He does have a lot more articulation, pretty much ball jointed head. It doesn't have the weird arm joint like the earlier figures have. He does have an ab crunch, which is fantastic. Really glad that he's got that. And one other added thing that I love is that he's got a swivel in the thigh. So really great, and then swivel again at the calf. So really well articulated, really well painted and designed. If you're going to pick up a Carnage figure, definitely this is the definitive one. Now, the final Carnage figure I've got for you today is the Marvel Select Carnage, an extremely rare figure and very hard to find. This guy was selling for an absolute ridiculous premium on eBay. I was lucky enough that one of my local figure shops happened to have this guy. He was a little bit pricey. He was $40, but given how rare he is, I thought it was worth the money. So in terms of detail, he's got the really nice, menacing looking face scan. I'm not a fan of the eyes. I don't like that they've got that blue tinge to them. And another drawback as well is that his head is actually molded onto his chest, which I really don't like. And part of that is that you've got absolutely no articulation, but what's weird is that his head is made out of a soft rubber, so you can bend it and squish it in a little bit. So a little bit weird. I love the teeth on this guy at the top there. certainly probably not my favourite face. I would love to get the face of one of the earlier Carnage figures and put that on this body with this scale, but unfortunately that's not the case. He does look great. He's got a very different, I don't know if you want to say more realistic or what, but you can see obviously he's got the abs there. It looks almost like the Black Venom symbiote has sort of been splashed on him. So really interesting design and paint scheme that they've gone with. The bits on the back, unlike the later release Marvel Legends Carnage, these don't come off. They're stuck there. But still, I love having these there. It really adds to the figure, makes it a lot more dynamic to your standard ones. Ball jointed arms, bend at the elbow, nothing too fancy, and then there is a ball joint in the wrists as well, which is really cool. He's only got the three claws, which I thought was a little bit interesting. All the other figures obviously have the standard 5, so I'm not sure what the rationale or reasoning behind that was. He does have a swivel in the waist, and then ball joint and swivel in the legs and thigh area. Bend at the knee, and then bend up and back in the foot. So again, only the 2 claws. I guess this one certainly looks the most like an alien out of all the Carnage figures. But really, really cool. So in terms of scale comparison, you can see he is quite a bit larger than the other figures. I guess a big part of that, obviously, the Marvel Legends line is a much larger figure wave than the standard ones, which is fair enough. Marvel Select, I should say, not Marvel Legends. This guy's Marvel Legends. So, yeah, really cool. Absolutely love Carnage, one of my favourite Marvel characters of all time, one of my favourite supervillain characters of all time. If you get a chance, any one of these figures is worth picking up. So hopefully you've enjoyed this review.